Hi, I'm Zoe Ko, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I am reunited with Zoe Ko, and I'm so excited to be sitting here with you again. But I feel like I need to reintroduce myself because you're a completely different person with this new music.
True.
I
true.
have been blown away at, like, the evolution has been, I wouldn't say drastic, but it's been, You've done so many changes. You've tried a lot of new things with this new material.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of
and I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
I have a new couch now.
I know. I like it. I dig it. But yeah, like it's been a year of, releasing new music. You just dropped your sophomore EP, which I can't believe it's just the sophomore EP. I feel like you've been releasing so much music lately.
No, girl, me too.
But yeah, like that evolution is pretty cool. And I want to talk about like you kind of, I guess, rediscovering yourself for this new EP.
Yeah. No, we really, went through a whole period of growth. And like, now when I talk about it, like the first EP that I had feels like so baby me now. Like it feels just so, I was so sad. My whole life was like so different. Like I just like did not know exactly like who I was yet, even though, and that was like my journey of like finding it, And I think with this last one, like I started writing it when like my life like completely 180. Like I had, fully moved here at this point. Like was
LA girl officially.
LA girl now. I feel like a traitor every day. It's fine. And like, just like got rid of all the old situationships, like picked one of them, like, I don't know. I like left everything and started anew. So signed a record deal, everything was totally changed. So
that's cool.
I feel like, like making this last project was like me faking it till I make it, in a sense of like who I wanted to be and like the baddest bitch version of myself that I could envision, and then just like making it happen through the project and like through writing these songs for it and things like that. So that's
There's so much confidence on this, and I love it. I love the fact that from start to finish there's confidence on this EP. Your voice changed so much as well, and like it's I'm curious, like, is this something to do with the writing process? Is this something to do with like because of the story or the topic that you were talking about, so it allowed you to kind of give us a different type of vocal tone or vocal range? Like, what was that for you?
Yeah, I think like in general, like my voice is very malleable, and so it kind of can just like take on whatever character I want, which was interesting. And so this is kind of just like the character that I chose for this. And I feel like it's just like a little less like angsty, like punk teen girl. And now I'm just like, ooh, like I feel really confident and sexy and beautiful and whatever. And I'm gonna portray that on this mic and get a little bite to it, And that's kind of like what I was thinking about when I was singing, and like referencing like new artists. Like Gwen has been like a huge reference for me, like Britney vocals, like lots of just like electro clash, kind of like yelly, I don't know, indie sleaze stuff, and like even like LCD Sound System. Like I think I would like listen to like North American Scum and then just like and then start singing, for like Dirt or something. So
And I love the fact that you're still with Johnny Shore on this. So it's not like you had to go to a different producer to kind of find this new sound or new direction. So how was that evolution between the two of you, like being able to get to this point? Because you have been working with him for some time. And you guys are comfortable together. So like, was it one of those situations where it's like he knew where you wanted to go and you knew where he wanted to go? Or is this like conversations that you kind of had in the studio before we got to any of these tracks?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely just like, helps me create whatever dream and world that I have. And so I just like came in with like a second era, like, huge, like 100 song playlist or something. Damn. And then I think for like the first 2 days of like working on the new like stuff, we just like listened to that and like danced around the studio and we were like, okay, cool. and then just like started. But Dirt was the very first song that I wrote off of it. Yeah. And like was the first single, everything. And that was just like, me moving to LA and being annoyed at the lack of grunginess or whatever, but that New York had. But and we just like started going in, and I think like I was really afraid to use like in the box like synth sounds before. And so I think it was just like also combining like what I felt had been me before, like lots of electric guitars everywhere, like the same kind of like harmonies and gang vocals and stuff, but bringing that into a little bit of a different realm and like expanding the instrumentation palette, you know? So.
And you also expanded the cardio.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much more energy this time around.
Yeah.
So like, did you even think about that in the studio? Like,
No,
how am I going to perform these songs live?
Oh, girl, I have no idea how I perform them live. Like when I am on stage, I'm like, I think I'm just having such a great time. You know what I mean? And I'm like, woo, like we're
the
dancing,
adrenaline
we're
is just
partying.
in, yeah.
And so then I'm just like, let me sing my little songs. But so I don't know. I definitely wrote them and kind of cursed myself, but it's fine. It's fine.
I love that you started with Dirt as like not the opener, but the track that really started this EP.
Yeah.
But you went with Not Your Girlfriend as the title track. So from Dirt to writing Not Your Girlfriend, like what happened? Like, how did you discover this track and why? Like, what was the reason behind wanting to make this the title track?
Yeah, I mean, you're good. I'm wearing my Juicy Couture slippers. You're fine. No, I don't know. I like Dirt felt like such a very specific little story and like take that I was like, this doesn't feel like the whole world to me. But yeah, like Not Your Girlfriend for me anyways, like even though I was maybe still like seeing people in a relationship, like I felt like I was really choosing myself. And that was like the whole essence of this project to me, where I was like, I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing like to discover my like value and my self-love and whatever, and like seeing how far I can push myself. And so like, not choosing to be anyone else's, like kind of like dating myself, loving myself in that way. So Not Your Girlfriend felt very umbrella to me for everything else. And it kind of like worked. And they had like little lyric tie-ins on like the last song, like Manic Pixie Dream Girl, but then you hear Manic Pixie Dream Girl and like Not Your Girlfriend and things like that. So it all like connected to me.
And that's what I did enjoy, the fact that you tied in the outro song in the beginning. So like, was that on purpose? Was that something that just naturally kind of happened in the writing process?
Yeah, I think it kind of naturally happened. And in general, I was just trying to kind of use some of the same terms, like hoping that would happen and that could happen. And then it did. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I think eventually, like when I did notice that and thought maybe the track list could be this, then we made like the slowed down like outro, like cinematic thing in Manic Pixie Dream Girl. And so then that's really what tied it all together, as like this is the final track. So yeah, kind of both, a little bit of both.
That's scary though, trying to like make it, trying to use certain words that are similar to the other ones, and then I feel like it's hard to make it different. Did you have any issues doing that during the writing process, or
no? I think it
natural?
was I think all of it really came naturally. Like we were just experimenting, and I feel like really happy with the decision of like not holding myself back. I was just like, hey, these are the sounds I like right now, like let's just go for it. And I think it's so easy to like tie yourself into one little category or one little thing, and so I just wanted to like not think about it. So it was fully natural of just like what sounded good to me, what needed to be in these songs,
I want to go back to your vocals because like I said, I love the vocals that you have throughout this EP.
Cool, thank you.
So did you go back into the studio trying to like perfect your vocals? Did you do anything different, like vocal training or anything different in the recording process than you have in the past?
Interesting. Actually, no. I feel like maybe touring changed it a little bit. Like
the experience of seeing the audience, or
seeing the audience, like I don't know, like trying to push the feeling that you can like get just from a vocal, like as a listener. And I feel like, there was just like a lot more oozing out of the vocals this time, you know? And so I wanted to capture that. And I especially like playing around with like gang vocals and like ad libs. I just like really wanted them kind of everywhere. And so I feel like you hear that a lot. And I don't know. I think it was like, I didn't do any different training, but I think I was like naturally singing a lot more every day because of how much touring I was doing, which just like naturally made my voice like so much stronger. So maybe that, maybe I just became better. I don't know.
But I feel like it also sounds like you were doing a lot of live recording. So I mean, I feel like you were maybe running in place while you were recording these vocals, or like being animated, like as if you were literally on stage. Like, did you find yourself doing that?
Well, I also like just genuinely got like more comfortable like in the space that we were working in. This is like the studio that I'd been working in for like, you know, a year at this point. So I think like I just like came in with like maybe my PJs or like, and I took my shoes off. Like it was way more casual. And I think I was just like, having genuinely more fun. Like I put less pressure on myself. Like I was just having way more fun, like actually singing on the mic. And I feel like you can 100% like feel that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was just like the vibes like shifted a little bit.
How did Johnny push you differently this time?
I think it was like really playing with what my voice could do and like, tapping into those different characters. And we did that a bit and like noticed that that's like a really fun thing to try and do, like with like doing like the British British doubles and vocals everywhere. And then, we just wanted to see like, oh, like now we have like a little bit of a Catwoman one, or now we have like a Superman like shouty one, and so it's tapping into like all the different layers that you can make in a vocal stack and stuff, and it's all like just my voice doing weird things.
And I think that was one of the things that we talked about on the previous EP, that like your voice does have different characters. Each song was a different character, or that's what it felt like. But was it hard not tapping back into those characters that you've had in the past?
I feel like they're still there, but just in smaller ways, like maybe just the lead vocal is different. So everything is like driven by that now, but they still totally came out, especially like in more of a dirt setting where it's more just like loose and punk. So, yeah.
Now, would you say that this is the sound that you're really leaning towards, or is it a taste of what you're leaning towards? Because I feel like you're always evolving.
I know I'm always evolving.
I feel like this is also like a really good lane for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like maybe because there's so many incredible like pop, like the top main pop girlies like coming back, it almost like makes me
want to do it all.
I don't know, actually like step away from like super pop.
Okay.
And so like maybe combine like a dirt and a Not Your Girlfriend or something to me, like have it still be like a little bit of like a rock essence and stuff, and a little more experimental. I think like I'm actually going a little bit more experimental and trying to push myself in that way. I feel like everything in my life is shifting to that now, where I'm kind of more stable. I'm like been in LA for a second, but now I like get to go to New York and like live my dreams in New York and like be insane in New York for like 2 weeks every 2 months or something, and then come back and then like write about it.
Nice.
So I feel like, I don't know, I still want electric guitars everywhere. I think I want a little more like yelly and angry vocals. I think naturally like every single like wave of rock and like electro music, it's because the world is kind of going to shit, and so I'm like, let me be angry, like, because I'm kind of mad. So I think it might get a little more mad because of that. But
I'm all in for it.
But still like 100% the same thing. But like, I think this time, instead of like being like, is it like a pop one or is it more rock? Hopefully it's just a little more combined now.
Yeah, because I definitely love the energy that you bring out on your music, and just your voice, your vocals is what like really sold me the first time, and like it continues to sell me every single time you release something new. So
thank you.
It's exciting. I mean, I don't know if you remember, I come from the Warped Tour world, so like this is home. This is where I'm always gonna gravitate towards. So when I listen to your music and you're doing something more angsty, more aggressive, like I dig it.
No, I actually feel like really confident with a new set of like new songs that I've just recorded.
Oh my gosh.
And
never ending.
I can't wait.
Never ending.
I know. I'm like, on to the next, I guess. I'm like, love her, but on to the next.
As you mentioned confidence, I love that on Fur you tried something different with the songwriting. You
so funny.
You spelled it out. Ish,
almost.
But like, it was cool. It's a cool new touch. It's like a different kind of feel vibe. Was that something that you purposely wanted to do? Like, are you testing the waters when you're writing your music? Like, what is that?
100%.
Like?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like with like some of my favorite songs, like Dirt, Love Sick in Public, when those came out, it felt like so scary because it felt like a risk to me. And now I'm addicted to the feeling of like putting out something that feels like a risk. And Fur felt like that to me. And like the second we made it, I was like, oh shit, like this is either like really bad or like really good, and I don't know. And I'm gonna put it out.
Bad.
Well, of course, everyone's so self-critical. But yeah, no, I was like, I don't know about her, but I kind of love her for that. So yeah, and like what did I even say? Drip Band and Confidence, CO. And I actually like couldn't spell it on the improv mic that we were like doing, like That song
That's
was
the
mainly,
real Zoe.
yeah, no, that was 100% me. And I was like, oh shit, like I actually don't know how to spell that. Even though now looking back, it's actually such an easy word to spell. It's just confusing on the moment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, that's funny. We'll
No,
just
it
leave
worked.
it.
It worked.
So that became, the actual thing.
Yeah. No, I love those little things that you change into the lyrics. It kind of disconnects you from just listening to a song, and it makes you want to stop and be like, this is cool, like, and kind of appreciate it more. You did it also with the opener with the voicemail,
Yes.
which is also cool. I don't think you've done that before.
No, yeah, I kind of like dived into creating a bit more of like a world and like within each song and each track and in general throughout the project. Like I love making intros and outros now. I'm like, oh shit, like why did we like dox them for so long? Like it was such a thing to have to be like 2 minutes. The lyrics start the second the song plays, and I'm like, oh my god, like why didn't I like build a little like soundscape each time? So yeah, no, my favorite intro now is like the beginning of Fur. It's so dramatic and so me. I'm like that was exactly what I experienced.
I feel like the next music's gonna be more cinematic. Like you're gonna start with this whole like movie score or something.
I know. I'm like, I just want it to like, I don't know. It made me feel more, you know, when I listened to the songs, and it gave me more context for all the things that I was saying and how I was singing them. So to me, I was like, oh, like I can never go back now. So
it feels like you were in the moment when you were creating the music for this EP, but did you have any like issues trying to like finalize a song or like even starting a song?
Girl, I hate finalizing songs. It's so stressful because it never ends. It never ends. There's so many freaking versions. And then it's like me being over perfectionist. And then I'm like, oh my God, like we're on the 10th version, but I'm like, can we go back to 3 or whatever? Like that happened with like Drop the Man. It's the most simple song. Great track. And I was like, I don't know. Like I kept trying all these different things with it, and then we just like went with version 3 after like 15. And I was like, sorry about it. Love you. Yeah. I definitely love the tempo of Drop the Man. It's such a like, I don't know. It makes me want to like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like such a cool tempo and melody. Like, how did that come about? Yeah, well, I originally wrote it with the only other producer on this project, Caro Bay. And I feel like, it was like such like a girly energy in the room. It was just me and her, and I was just like writing on the couch, and she was just like, you know, like making the beat. And I really wrote probably like 90% of that song like over just the beat, and that was it. It was like a shittier version of that beat, you know. And it just kind of like poured out because it was just me ranting about, you know, my friends dating shit men, and I was like, well, easy to talk about then. So, and then she like turned around after an hour, and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And we like finalized the little things like really quick, and then just like started recording. So that song was like super easy, super fun, and I just like really wanted to say my shit like over like a little hollaback girl beat, you know. I was like, I need this energy right now. It definitely sounded like it was one of those like songs that it was just the freestyle from start to finish, like, and that was that one take. I felt like I was like spam texting my friend, like writing the lyrics on this notes page. I was like, ugh, let me get this off my chest. I was like, girl, drop it please for all of us. What's it like being able to write music that in one body of work that is like something personal to you, like a song that is an experience that you've had, and then another song where it's an experience that you're talking about a friend or you're talking about someone in your life? Like, is it hard to make them kind of blend in together when you say like, all right, these 4 tracks or these 7 tracks are going to be in a body of work? Yeah, I think so. Like, I haven't really done the writing on like a concept thing yet, just because like my songs are my journal entries to me. Like, I do just write about like what I'm thinking about, what I'm ranting about in the studio that day, or like the concept that sums up, something to me that I'm dealing with in my life. So usually like, there's like in my journal, in my diary at home, like there are basically the songs that exist, you know. Like that day I'm like ranting about this guy who asked to like make it an official relationship, and I was like, ugh, like I can't be with anyone right now, like whatever. And then the next day I'll like make a song called Not Your Girlfriend or something. So I don't know, I think like I do write so based off of like what I'm going through, what I'm thinking, that there will always be that. I'm trying a little bit more now to like stay like in a concept-esque thing. I don't know, a general topic per se. I don't know. But I feel like that's what makes the music like even more like, I feel like that's the reason why we gravitate towards it the most, because it's like it's
in the moment. And I feel like when we're in the moment, it's like the same shit that we would probably be thinking of, or the same shit that we would probably be saying or doing.
Yeah. I feel like, all the songs are like conversations I've had with my friends in life too, just like in a sexy little song version. So.
But does the idea of a concept album or EP or just like a few songs, like does the idea of a concept scare you?
A little bit. I feel like it's very constraining to me, and I'm like, oh my god, if I'm not allowed to do something, then I like want to do it, and so then I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I don't know. I might just like attempt a concept after I've written all the other things. Like I think I have to write the songs that need to like get out, and then maybe I'll just like not release those ones this time or something and like pick very specific things to like make more of a concept. I don't know.
I know we talked about how these songs are kind of exhausting to perform live, but when it comes to the vocals, which one really challenged you to kind of nail that tone or nail the vocals at all?
I actually don't even totally know, because I've only performed Fur once, which was crazy, and it was like at the Elton John after party thing. So that wasn't even like a real. That was a really slay moment. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. No, I was like honestly more just like floored being there, and I was like, I'm singing to like celebrities. This is so weird. But that was like weird because it was just like, me on tracks. Like it wasn't me during a whole like 40-minute set or something. So that was like easy, but I know it'll be way harder to get all the little rappy parts, right? When it's like, halfway through a set. But other than that, I've literally only performed Dirt, Lucky, and Drop the Man. So we don't even know. I'm like currently making the set list for Lala right now. And the next little tour opening for Jordy Kiefer for like a few dates, 6 dates. So figuring that out, and it'll be like 40-minute set, so that's 10 minutes longer than I've done, and I'm like, ooh, gotta add a little 10 minutes to my cardio. I'm like, oh no. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Going back to that Elton John event, your fashion, that's another thing that's been really like I've noticed it, like it's on your social media, like your fashion has evolved a lot, and I feel like I don't know if evolved would be the word. I feel like you've gotten more confident with like the styles that you want to pick and choose and what you want to like exude, right? Like so this carpet, you had an amazing outfit, but like what is the inspiration for the outfits and the clothing and the pieces that you're picking and choosing?
I think like so much of my entire being comes from New York and the way it raised me. So I always just try and embody the city in some way, and like whether it's my energy or my fashion
or Roberta.
Exactly. Or Roberta. She's in the other room. Queen Roberta. I should have brought her out. She could have been with us this whole time. Sad.
Darn. Next interview.
Next time. In a year. Come back. But I mainly like have been really inspired by just like New York raw materials. So like I knew I really wanted like the chains and like some type of like keys or things like that that were like super messy and just like literally material like that you would see. So we kind of like built it around that. I had to have a piece of fur somewhere, so had a little like fur shawl thing. I have been waiting for 2 years to have Roberta on the carpet with me.
Damn.
So I was like, this is her moment.
And you chose
it's happening.
A great carpet.
So I like came to my stylist with the chainmail look, and I was like, okay, well, it has to be also with this pigeon purse, so whatever that means to you. And so we just kind of like built it around that, and it felt just like really messy, and I just wanted a lot of like layered things on me. So I had this like little like pleather, I don't even know what it was. It was, I guess, a dress, but it was like very tiny. And then we put chains all over it. Fur, had like ripped up stockings, like big, huge, stomping heels that I could definitely like strut down the streets of New York in, so everything was kind of coming from that energy. And then the second look was the trash bag dress, and that I like handmade on this couch. And I was like freaking out for like 3 hours and made it with some pure will and tape, and that's it. Tape, trash bags. That was like literally the entire dress. It looked like a
legit dress. Like,
no, I know. Even my dad was like, it's pretty sophisticated. I was like, sure.
Should change your career.
Right. So that was really fun. But I feel like I've always wanted to explore how much I can do with fashion and stuff. And I think like I was just like really limited. I had like no money. Like, yeah, I didn't have like a styling budget, freaking nothing. So I was like, you know, just wearing like cute clothes that I would wear as maybe like Zoe Ko in normal life.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing that's happened in this project is the like separation from Zoe Ko, you know, in my actual life. I feel like now I actually see it more as a persona, which has been really special because now I get to do things that normal Zoe would be really scared to do. And so now it's kind of limitless. And now I'm wearing trash bag dresses.
Hey, you know, times are changing.
Exactly. And the times do be changing.
I also feel like the new music has a lot to do with this new style as well. I feel like it fits. It's more fitting with it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like either one of them inspired the other, or it just so happened that you were in the moment and these two kind of happen around the same time?
I think the music came first, and I think like in general the last like year of making it has been just so much about self-discovery and pushing myself to the limit. And so I think they just kind of came together at the end. The fashion kind of came a little bit later because I was like so focused on music making. And the second I got to like breathe and like got back from tour for a second, I was like, hey, like what if I start making clothes? You know what I mean? So, and then like Pinterest boards just started piling up, and I was like, let me do something with this finally. And that's kind of how my zine came about. I have to give you one. I should give you one.
Nice.
I forgot, but
exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive zine. But
I feel Roberta like sign it?
Roberta can sign it somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. I'll
poop.
make her. Yeah. Just a little plop. Yep. But yeah, it all came together, I think. Yeah. But now I feel like I have like a real aesthetic and vision for this next era and project. So now it's probably going to be more focused and less like me discovering, and then things just kind of happen when they happen. But now it'll be like more locked in.
Nice. Hopefully you give us time to breathe with this.
I'll give you a second.
This new EP, because I love it. Like it's on repeat for sure.
Thank you.
Like whether you're working on another EP or a debut album, I feel like we need some time with.
Oh yeah.
With Not Your Girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, we'll get to sit in it, have a little fun with her. Good. Yeah.
We need that headline tour.
I know. Oh, girl, I know. No, I really want to try and do like a LA and New York headline for sure at the end of the year. So
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Let's bounce back to Lala because that's a massive festival.
Yeah.
And then you have 40 minutes, which is incredible because you can play this EP almost full, right?
Yeah, full plus like a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the songs are 2 minutes, so we can for sure.
So do you plan on playing this entire EP? Do you plan on mixing between the two EPs?
Yeah. Well,
testing out new material?
We haven't totally locked it down. Yeah. I definitely want to do like one unreleased song. I try and always do that. And maybe it'll be like a little medley of a cover into one of the songs, but it's not like the full song or something. And then like, definitely probably like a Lovesick in Public still. Like I don't think she'll gonna disappear.
She has to just stay there.
Yeah, she has to stay there. And then the whole new project. So it'll be a whole set.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I already bought like 100 pink trash bags to put on stage with me. I'm just gonna fill them up
before they sell out everywhere.
Yeah.
Or if they sell out, this is why.
Yeah, that's all me. Sorry about that.
So you're gonna design your whole outfit as well.
Yes. I don't know what I'm going to wear yet. I think it like either will be a new thing that I'm making or maybe one of the old ones. Like, I don't know if you saw like the cone dress that I made that's out of also bags. But yeah, maybe that one. I can't tell. I'm getting like a wonderful custom jacket that's going to say like dirt on the back.
Nice.
By like one of my favorite designers. So that'll be really exciting. And yeah, I don't know. I think like it has to definitely have like an outfit change midway, you know, like I have to go like all out for Lala, you know,
you have
like,
to,
yeah. So
you have to. So then next year they're going to tell you to come back and be a headliner.
Exactly.
Which would be incredible.
And they better. Hey,
they better. I guess to close us off with the process of this new EP. I mean, there's been a lot of like self-discovery. I feel like you you know, we keep mentioning it, the confidence
Yeah.
was boosted. But like during this process, whether it was the writing, the recording, or even now that people are listening to it, like what did you learn about yourself, whether it's like you, Zoe Ko, or you, Zoe Ko?
I know.
Which Zoe are we talking about?
I know. I'm like, I don't know which one's coming out tonight. No, I feel like, yeah, I've just like really unlocked something in myself.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like more like in tune with my inner creativity and like my creative roots and everything. So I feel like, yeah, I just want to be even more artist and be even more creative and again, push myself to the next limit, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Take what you will with that. But
well, I'm excited to see the evolution. I mean, I've been a fan since the last EP, and like I feel like you just continue to release incredible music. I've told you that before. So thank you for hanging out with me again and letting me come by.
Oh my God, yeah. See you next year.
Be sure to check out next year. You guys be sure to check out Zoe Ko, new EP, sophomore EP, Not Your Girlfriend, is out now. Catch her on Lala if you're going to Lala, and thanks for watching on Firm Alive.
Thank you. Bye.